Tracking this powerful storm system and the chance for rain across the area the next several days, your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi friends, Rusty back here with you at Meteo Mundo on this Wednesday, April the 3rd. I hope you're having a great day. Coming up, we've got to talk about this storm system that'll be impacting some of our area beginning later tonight. We've had some healthy storms in portions of the Windward Islands, including the Trinidad and Tobago area, and it has been excruciatingly hot in portions of Central America on this Wednesday. So as we get started, thank you so much for liking the video. First thing I want to do here, I mentioned the temperatures. Let me throw those on. You're going to see those numbers pop up. It's getting hotter in some areas, like my friends in Jamaica. Kingston has hit at least 90 this afternoon. Feels like temperatures near 100. Very little opportunity for rain there the next several days. Places like the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, in the upper 80s as well. It's getting steamier in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. I mentioned Belize. You see there's some triple digit marks here and there in portions of Central America. Look, it's actually trying to cool off a little bit in the inland areas because we're having some clouds coming in with our storm system. And I mentioned how we're going to break the heat beginning tomorrow, but this has allowed Belize City with a southeast wind today to get up to 97. And before some of these clouds moved in, some inland locations, even close to San Ignacio, got really close to triple digits for daytime highs. But we're going to try and break the heat as these thicker clouds are coming in. I love this visible satellite imagery here. You can really see those beginning to streak in. Now back into the Trinidad and Tobago area here. Again, we've had some healthier rain try and move in. Trinidad, Port of Spain area down to 77. They continue to see showers and even a few storms tried to develop around the islands. Not as much so far for Tobago. Grenada getting some rain there. We're going to try and get some isolated showers in places like Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but really focused in on some areas that have been exceptionally dry lately down there in the Windward Islands. And then we're drier the farther north that you go until we get into the Bahamas. And then this is an area of peak interest as we move into tonight. I'm going to switch over to the winds because again, this is a very strong storm system moving through Florida. I promise you, I've been rocked today with these storms. Winds have been gusting to nearly 50 miles an hour. So far in the northwest Bahamas, Freeport Lucaya has had a 30-mile-an-hour wind gust. But the winds are going to get stronger. They're going to be picking up out of the south, the southwest, anywhere from Nassau and Arthurstown, but especially up towards places like Abaco and Walker's Key and the Grand Bahama area here as we go through the late afternoon, early evening, as this storm system becomes more apparent and moves in. Now, look, I expect these storms to fall apart a little bit. I don't expect there to be a big risk of severe storms late this evening, but especially overnight. Still could be some stronger storms, but a lot of wind is going to be coming into the northwest Bahamas as we go through the overnight hours and into daybreak on Thursday. So that's what it currently looks like. Let me get rid of that. You can see the storms moving in. I'm going to get rid of the satellite data as well. And then what I want to do is I want to switch over to our model. And I'm going to put on wind gusts. And the reason why I want to do this is there is a gale warning that is currently in effect for the northwest Bahamas. So I want to loop this and show you how these winds play out, especially for Grand Bahama and the Walker's Key area. More than likely, we're going to get some winds that will be gusting at or above gale strength. I think we could see some 40+ knot winds. Now, the winds will continue to push somewhat east to southeast. I think the strongest winds maybe touch New Providence. Then you get a little bit farther south and those winds should not be as strong. But look, that being said, still some 20 to 30 knot winds in the central Bahamas. But again, starting very late tonight, I mean, look, it's already windy, but I'm talking about some real winds cranking in late tonight through the early morning hours of our Thursday here in the northern Bahamas. And you can see again on your scale, you get those reds, we're pushing some 40 knot winds. So for the northwest Bahamas, there is a gale warning in effect through 8 a.m. Thursday. Here are the hazards. We're going to have a lot of gale force winds across our area. That's 34 to 40 knots, but there could be some gusts in that 41 to 47 knot strength, especially overnight through daybreak on Thursday. Small craft should remain in port. Seas are running 3 to 5 feet, but they're going to be a lot more elevated in exposed waters, at least 5 to 8, but maybe even building to the double-digit mark as we get into, again, the early morning hours of our Thursday. But extremely strong winds coming along with these storms. And we'll take a look at our future track rain coming up here in just a second as well. But let me get back over to the broad view again. Switch back over to our satellite data. And again, I mentioned places like Jamaica. Boy, you don't really see a lot of cloud coverage getting going here on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, it's mainly dry. Just wanted to highlight one of the areas here that I don't expect there to be a lot of rain. But as I've mentioned in the last couple of videos, we are trying to pick up our easterlies a little bit more here, and we're trying to drive in a few more showers, especially through the windward islands. But in general, the Lesser Antilles might see our rain chances go up a tick here over the next couple of days. So that's the next stop on our journey here. And again, if you're not a subscriber at Meteo Mundo, you want these forecasts, click that subscribe button for me right now. I'd absolutely appreciate it. I'm going to switch on over here to our other model. And again, if you haven't had an opportunity to like the video, I appreciate that as well. I'm going to switch over to reflectivity, and then we'll drive it out 5 days. Perfect. Let me put that into motion for you. A couple of areas I'm going to highlight. We're going to start off kind of east to west, and I am going to talk about how that front is going to bring the storms into the Bahamas and even portions of the Northwest Caribbean as well. But again, for my friends in Trinidad and Tobago, how nice has it been to get some showers in your area? I want you to enjoy that rain today, because overall rain chances are going to begin to fade starting tomorrow. We've just had some really localized moisture develop just off the mainland here, and it's really impacted Trinidad, and it's certainly brought some rain to Tobago. Even Grenada, Barbados had some rain yesterday. But as I show you over the next several days, there's not going to be a ton more rain. There will be isolated showers getting going in the afternoon hours, but nothing that's going to be very concentrated. So overall, rain chances for places like Trinidad and Tobago will be going down starting tomorrow. So here's what that looks like for the rest of our Wednesday. Showers in an isolated storm, about a 50% chance overall, and a daytime high today of just 84. But again, you know, we've already seen some 70s with some rain cooled air. Now, once it dries out, temperatures go just like that, up to 92 tomorrow, 93 on Friday. Very hot, very humid conditions, and I've thrown in a few more showers on Saturday and Sunday. A little bit more moisture returns, but again, overall, it starts to dry out for this area beginning tomorrow. It's about the same scenario for Barbados, my friends there in the Bridgetown, Spacetown area. Again, isolated showers, surf and sea conditions look pretty good. I've been monitoring that. There's no advisories currently in effect, and that's the same for our friends and portions of the Leeward Islands as well. Anywhere from Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda. Few showers here or there, but relatively speaking, many dry hours and locations. We've had some, again, evening and morning rain for portions of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. There hasn't been too much concentrated. I do want to highlight, though, that the model is trying to bring in one little area here of rain in kind of one batch. So let me highlight this here. We'll bring this out. Watch this rain develop here. Let's see here. Where is it? Right there. Okay, this is going to be as we get into our Sunday. So just a little bit more rain trying to sneak back in over the weekend. Otherwise than that, again, a couple of spotty showers here and there, a little bit of rain even possible overnight into tomorrow morning for places like Esperanza and Fajardo, even St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. Look, I don't expect it to be a lot, but we're not going to say it's going to be completely dry as well. For my friends in Hispaniola, especially on the Dominican Republic side, because unfortunately, again, not a lot of rain is expected for Haiti, maybe a couple of showers along the coastline, but for Santo Domingo and Punta Cana, again, rain chances are going to try and elevate again over the weekend. I mentioned this in yesterday's video. As we get into Saturday the 6th in the afternoon hours, watch these showers and maybe even isolated storms try to blossom. Again, it's going to get hotter with the drier weather the next couple of days. So we're going to push some lower 90s in some spots here, some of the more prone areas to get some of this heat this time of the year. I think we're going to sneak into the lower 90s, and additional showers and storms redeveloping on Sunday afternoon. So it does get a little bit more active here in the Dominican Republic as we get into Saturday, and then redeveloping again on Sunday afternoon. My friends in Jamaica, I wish I had some better news as far as rain chances go. For Negril and Montego Bay, and Savannah, Lamar, and Mandeville, and Old Harbor, Kingston, Portmore, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios. I'm letting this run out over the next 7 days. I don't have a ton of showers in the forecast, especially over the next few days, which is why you need to take careful about the heat and the humidity. Make sure that you're hydrating. It's going to be steamy. Again, if we catch a shower in the afternoon, consider yourselves lucky. As we get into Sunday, we might try and see a few more showers develop. There's a little green on the map. Sunday afternoon, just a little bit more moisture trying to return, but we're kind of stuck in between storm systems. If I zoom this out, again, areas to your west are going to have better opportunity for rain. But as the rain gets a little bit farther to the south here, it's going to be fizzling out. So even the Cayman Islands have a slightly higher rain chance over the next couple of days, but you get to the Yucatan and portions of Central America, now it's even a better shot, even down towards Honduras and Roatan. But Belize City and San Ignacio, scattered showers returning to the forecast beginning tomorrow, helping to cool things down. For Cancun and Cozumel, they'll see a few showers for Thursday and Friday as well, but drying out generally over the weekend. Not looking bad if you have any plans there. Again, decent rain trying to sneak back into coastal Belize and portions of Guatemala and in Honduras. Now over to my friends in the Bahamas. How does the showers and storms play out in our area? Well, I'm going to swing back over to this model. I'm going to pull it back out over the next several hours here. Perfect. And then put this back into motion. Again, these storms will be breaking apart as they get into the Northwest Bahamas, lowering any threat for severe storms. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be a lot of wind with the storms, because that's certainly going to happen. You know, an isolated water spout, I don't want to rule out any severe weather mode, but anything, you know, there's not an elevated threat. There's not a threat that I think we have to be concerned about. Doesn't mean that these storms aren't going to be on the rowdier side, though, because I think we are going to see that. Now, again, the timing, trying to get into Walker's Key just after midnight, trying to slip into Grand Bahama, Freeport, Lucaya, and High Rock and West End right around daybreak tomorrow morning. Probably will be woken up a little bit early with these storms. Notice as we get into lunchtime, the model tries to make these storms fall apart a bit. They'll try and progress off towards the south, but it's really interesting because right now, the chance for rain in Freeport should be greatly higher than the chance for rain in Nassau. Now, some of this activity is going to get into New Providence and Andros and Eleuthera. It's not like you guys are going to be dry, but just overall here, you're going to see again that core part of the storms really kind of fizzle out. A little bit of redevelopment of more scattered rain than anything else back from Nassau into the central Bahamas. And again, some of this will try and track it to the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and the Caicos throughout the remainder of late Thursday and then into Friday. But generally speaking, we've lost the upper level energy kind of helping to prompt these storms. And as we lose that energy, these storms will begin to fall apart a little bit as well. But this is an area that I'll be monitoring very closely later tonight and then early tomorrow. But again, it's going to get kind of thumpy there from time to time, although no real big threat for any hardcore storms as far as anything I'm very concerned about there. As far as rainfall totals go, again, this just kind of shows you what I'm talking about here. Right on through, I guess that's going to be Friday morning. You can see, again, there's not a lot of rain forecast for the Nassau area here, but you get up towards Freeport and Walker's Key, and we could have more than an inch of rain. Again, it's not going to be several inches of rain. There's not a flood concern. It's the wind that is the biggest concern in this area here as we roll through our Thursday. Friends, there's plenty of areas that you can find us here on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. Send me a picture or video at mymeteomundo@gmail.com. I appreciate that as well. You know, I appreciate you. And again, this storm system moving through Florida right now. Going to bring some storms to the Bahamas. We're seeing some storms down in Trinidad right now, and a lot of their other areas will remain dry and very hot in the next several days. I'll continue to monitor for you. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing here at Meteo Mundo, and I'll see you soon. Have a great one, friends.